Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm gonna review one of the new Hero Factory set, and it's gonna be one of the 4 villains released as a canister size set, and today it's gonna be Meltdown. So here's the box. So of course it's your usual villain box, so you got Meltdown in the front pictures, of course. Behind him you got the city background, some some smoke or fog on the ground, Meltdown white and air from the makers of bionicle characters, logos, edge condition, set number, the little H logo in yellow this time, of course, and Lego Hero Factory white and here. And I think that's quite all for the front box, at least. Well, it looks pretty good. Then you got on the upper part, you got the same stuff as white and air, and then you got the 1:1 scale of the head, which looks pretty nice, at least in CGI. On the side, you got another picture of Meltdown, which is in fact the same as the front one, but without the background and with Meltdown white and hair. And then you got another shot of the face, of the Meltdown face. Right there. And I think that's all. Other sides are just some information, so nothing really interesting right here. Then you got, of course, the fight scene. So this time it's Meltdown versus Jimmy Stringer, and of course you got his statistic point, his little logo white and airs, and of course the set numbers of the two sets. Lego Hero Factory, a close-up of his weapon, and here one of his, I think it's called, one of his tank, I think it's called like this. And that's quite all for the box, at least. Here for the instruction booklet, which is in fact quite not interesting, because it's the same stuff as we have already seen before in the Heroes set. This time you're gonna have to build this guy in 11 steps. Parts list, right here, Lego Club ad, and another ad right in here. And that's all for the box and the instrument booklet, so nothing really, well, your usual stuff. And now for the set itself. So, of course, the main color scheme is all yellow and black. Oh, and excuse me, well, just put down my camera. Like this. So for the legs, first of all, we're gonna use some new Ben 10 legs right here, so it's in black. Then we're gonna use some Metro legs, which are in fact new, because this is, well, new in terms of colors, because they were released before in the kit orange colors, so now it's all yellow. On this we're gonna put this leg armor, which again is a new colors in all yellow and not in kit orange, unlike the Matanus one. Here we got some cloud fit from the character one set, so nothing really new right here, and it's really simple legs with some Ben 10s parts and some recolored parts, which can be useful for mockers. Then you got the torso part, which is the hero's body in fact, so nothing really new. We're gonna use the same building techniques as Explode, so we're gonna use this technique beams, then link it to a squad armor right here, and then the glitter neck, plus a connector which will be useful to link the head. Now we got the arms, so the arms are quite well, easy to make, so this means a little double connectors right here, then an ordica neck, and here you can see the 3 axle parts, which was first released in Introaction. Then we're gonna put the 2 tank of acid, or well, I think it's acid or some toxic biohazard product, so which is in fact new mod and looks pretty nice in trans green. Of course it's empty in there, and we got 1 axle hole right there and 2 little holes in there. Of course you got also to put some stickers, because the Hero Factory set are now well, you have to put stickers on some parts, so it's up to you to decide whether or not you put stickers on them, on these parts. Now we're gonna link also this little hosepipe, which are in fact which were first released in the Maui set, but this time it's kind of like Vastus. You kind of got some green stuff in there, so it's in lime green this time and not the dark green you find in Vastus, which was of course released in 2009. I'm gonna put this to the 3 axle parts, and the same goes for the, of course we have 1 tanks per arm. Oh, it's put, excuse me, it's supposed to be put in this way. Like this. And now we're gonna put the two specific parts which are used for the hands, in fact, and also the rest of the arm. So this means this new mold right here, you can't really see it because it's yellow. So new mold, of course, you can find this part in most of the villain sets. So you got two axle right here, one axle hole and two pinhole. Well, in fact, you got three axle, excuse me. Here's the back of the part, and you can see the two Montax claws, which are in original, which was also released before in some Exo Force set, but well, now it's kind of the first time I think it's in. Well, maybe it was in Matanui, in the Titan set, not really know. So yeah, but here you can find them in this set. So that's all, of course, and yes, because you got the axle right here, it's kind of blocked, so you can just close like this. And of course, also notice the 5 stickers you have to put on this part again. We will put this here, and then also put this part of the hose pipe in this axle hole. Oh yeah, excuse me. Gonna put this little part, which will be useful to link the tentacle, which I will show you later on, or well, just right now, in fact. Just after showing you the kind of the new projectile, because it's not really new, it's just some old used parts. So you got the Tornax launcher parts right here, but recolored in black, and some new recolor for the Zamor sphere. And of course, it's launched perfectly good. Then we're gonna put this part in this pinhole right here. And finally, the tentacle. So yes, I have to say that in the normal set you're supposed to have like 2 hose pipe and 1 tentacle, but Lego made a mistake with my set, so this means I got 3 hose pipe and 0 tentacle, which is, well, kind of annoying. So just for this review, I decided to put one of my Nocturne's tentacles, so this means in silver, but in the original set it's supposed to be in lime green, so a new color, but it's just to show you this. But of course, the tentacle in your set will be lime green. And of course, you are not supposed to got 3 hose pipes. And well, that's quite all for the set. Now we're gonna finish with the head, which of course is a new mod with a Baraki eyes, and you can see also an axle hole right here. Pretty neat. You can also notice with the teeth right here. And it looks pretty nice. Like most of the Hero Factory new head mold, in fact. Heads mold, excuse me. And here we go, it's finished. Like that, and there we go. Now for the articulation part. So, well, the legs are pretty well articulated on this on the knee part. As you can see right here, you can go all the way up. Of course, the kind of the claws, yes, the feet are blocked by this part. But apart from this, it's, well, we can do stuff like this, for example, and it will hold pretty well. Now for the arms, so you got like 2 ball joints on the arms, so there is no real big problem with this one. As you can see, those pipe is long enough to have a big range of possibilities, or well, at least a big range, well, a range of possibilities for the articulations. And also the head with the connectors right here, so it kind of blocks the head on the side. Also, when you try to make him look down and up. And I think that's quite good. And of course, you got the Zamor, not with the Zamor launcher, but the new launcher, the Meteor launcher, I think it's called like that. And well, that's quite awesome. You can still do some nice pose with this set. For example, like this one. And I think that's quite all for Meltdown, guys. So now I'm gonna sum up on this set. So what are the drawbacks and the pros? So the drawbacks first, well, there are many of them. So one of them is the overall proportion stuffs and articulation, because yeah, you have seen that you got just 2 ball joints right here on the arms, unlike the precedent bionicle canister set, which got like 3 ball joints. So this means, of course, they use this part. So we may thought that it was more useful to just put some older arms to have like 3 ball joints, but if you think of it about like some minutes, you will find out that if they use, for example, some metro parts like this, and if they also use these same parts on some normal arms, it will make the arms goes at this point. So of course it will be ridiculous. So you can think it's okay to use this part, but even with this part used like this, the arms really look short, too short in fact, and that doesn't really look that good in fact. If you look on the side, just put on the particle, it will look really, the arms look really too short, so it's really a kind of a big problem I have to say with this set, except also for the articulation section, which are really not really that good. And that's really one of the problems of this set, I have to say. Just the overall proportion stuff, and then also you got the proportion with this little parts, because yes, you've seen it's got like big arms, big tongue, stuff like that, big Ben 10 parts, but also you have some more thinner part, like for example this part which is just empty and void of any, for example, some shoulder protection, so there is absolutely nothing on this part, and you have this kind of opposition between the thin part and the bulky part, and that just doesn't really look that good also. Doesn't really look that right in fact, so that's look quite strange, and that's another problem also. And then you also got some little problems like the ball joint which is kind of exposed, but that's not really a big problem, a big issue. Also the connector which is dark gray, which is not really a good color for the connectors, because even if there are some dark gray parts right here, it's quite look bad, so it's up to you to change it to some black colors, I suppose. And well, that's all. So that's all the drawback I have to say. So the overall proportion are not really that good. The articulation also on the arms are really well kind of weird if you compare this to the older Bionicle set. And well, that's many drawback I have with this set. And for the pros, well, you have a good section of parts for all the mockers at least, because there is new modes everywhere, new colors, so that's quite good at least for this part. And I think that's quite all for Meltdown, guys. So now I'm going to do a size comparison with Jimmy Stringer. So as you can see, it's not really that tall. And well, that's quite all, guys. So that's all for Meltdown. So it might have been a really good set, I have to say, but in this form it's not really that good, in fact, because of the many problems I've talked earlier. So well, it's up to you. It really depends on what you will do with this set, because if you just to pose aim, it's really kind of a bad set. If you just for mocking, well, it's really good, some great selection of parts, so go for it, I would say. And if you just to play with it, I would say so. Well, pretty nice set, because when you play with this, you don't really see all the drawbacks, except maybe for the articulation, which, well, you will feel that it's really not really that well articulated for a canister size set, I have to say. And that's all for Meltdowns, guys, so it's up to you and up to your choice. So hope you enjoy this review. If you have any question or comments about this set or this review, feel free to ask them on my comment section, and I think that will be all for Meltdowns, guys. So that's all. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you later for another Hero Factory video review. Bye bye.